Hello everyone, opening up with a pretty decent hand here. I don't really want to show my opponent... On one hand... Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to summon Abyss, and I'm just going to set my other back row. I'm actually going to use Abyss very offensively, and I'm not going to show that I have a Hanzo. Sadly, drawing another White Dragon Ninja, which I've opened that with them a lot today, but at least I didn't get number 2 again. That kind of sucked, even though that was a decent duel. And reload, that usually means something that's a troll deck. Oh boy. If it's Exodia, which I actually wouldn't mind because I have a Fiendish Chain, that would be absolutely awesome if they were to summon Royal Magical Library and then start using all their spells, and I just negate the draw effect, and because they use so many resources they would hopefully lose because of it. I'm going to assume that was an Exodia deck. Going to get another duel, hold on. Abyss statue, clearly too good. My opponent could not handle it at all. Getting to go first again, rightfully so I would say. Drawing really well again, getting... instead of a bottomless, I got a Mirror Force, but then I also got the Fiendish Chain, and I have way more ninja plays. Sadly, I don't have the apparently broken Abyss statue. I am guessing that my opponent was playing an Exodia or something. They just got a really terrible hand, so they assume that they lose. Which, even when Exodia decks lose, they're boring. I didn't even get to play anything. That was dumb. I wonder if people do that in real life too, like... Do people go to our regionals with an Exodia deck, they open up badly and say, I lose, your game. In which case, okay, I don't mind this. So, making a really difficult field for my opponent to deal with first turn. If they had summoned anything with more than enough attack to get over this, I could just chain my back row. If not, then I would just be able to bounce this out of the way. And I kind of... I feel like putting a lot of pressure on my opponent right now. I also have double Hanzo. Yeah, I have double Hanzo now, so I'll summon one. It'll look like I only have that one, and I'll get anything out of the way that would have gotten rid of it. And then it'll give them that false sense of security. And I will be in a good position to start pushing for game, basically. So let's see if that's the case. Playing a Gravekeeper deck by the looks of it, although I'm playing Spy in this deck too, and it's clearer than that Gravekeeper, so let's see on the off chance if I'm playing something that's just using Spy as a tech card, such as I am. Although, it's... a lot of people, they don't run tech cards, they just... I don't know, they just run cookie cutter, standard, run-of-the-mill decks. Like, if you see one card from an archetype, they're probably running the other ones too. Okay, if they destroy this, do I really care? I'm actually gonna let this happen. I would rather that they hit the Thunderbird compared to Hanzo, which I'm sure that's what they're gonna do. Yeah, hitting Hanzo, I was gonna say I wouldn't imagine why they wouldn't, but I'm gonna go ahead and bounce this out of the way just to not take damage, I suppose. And I'll have to make a choice next turn if I want to use a Fiendish Chain on this and let them discard, which I'm thinking that's going to be the best play. If you're running a Visionary and Gravekeepers, chances are you're not going to be using Descendant or anything, at least not at first. So that's what I'm going to... Yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to do. I'll use Mirror Force. They'll try to use this thing's effect to protect itself. Then I'll Fiendish Chain it so that they're not able to... automatically going to go into the Necro Valley, meaning that they have one card less to discard for Visionary, and Necro Valley doesn't really harm this deck at all. There's very few cards that actually do anything. You know what? I just realized something. I have a Magical Planter in this deck, just one, that would have been nice in a lot of duels, but I haven't drawn it in... Wow, it's been over 15 duels that I haven't drawn it. That's crazy. Okay, again, not going to use Thunderbird. I could play mind games with it and banish it, but I don't even care what that would make my opponent think, because they're going to be attacking anyways. When you have a Visionary and Gravekeepers in your hand, it probably makes you a little bit fearless. Right now, I'm wondering what they're deciding on. If they have other cards to play or something. Ugh, that's, well, that sucks. Okay, so getting rid of Hanzo and White Dragon Ninja. Getting rid of their own card, though. This Gravekeeper player is not being careful with their cards. I'm not sure I agree with any of this. I mean, even though they had the Stella in their hand, I don't know, they're not being very careful. They basically just went 1 for 1 because the other Dragon Ninja wasn't going to do me any good at all. Although, darn, I wish this was an attack position because I still can't get over it. So, here's the point where... actually, do I want to... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Mirror Force right now and just get rid of this. Then they will try to discard. I'm going to use Fiendish Chain to say, no, you discard, but you don't get the effect. At least I think that's how it works. I hope that's how it works. I'm waiting to see some new Gravekeeper cards, though, because obviously new Gravekeeper cards came out, but I haven't seen anyone use them. Oh, that was... What just happened? That was really bizarre. So, mirror. Wow. Okay, I'll think about that one later. But drawing into a Mirror Force, that's nice. So again, though, I can't do anything with Thunderbird. It can't get over Spy, and they still have Visionary on the field. But I made them waste a card, so I guess to the very least that's enough. Yeah, I'm waiting to see some new Gravekeeper cards. Especially the one that negates. They have Gravekeeper monsters and they have the Necro Valley, so it's like a free Solemn Warning. Or not a Solemn Warning, a free Solemn Judgment. And let's see, if they're summoning a Gravekeeper commanded, this must mean that they're gonna nope, not gonna XYZ, so yeah, this will be the point when I go for Mirror Force. Let's see if they do have that trap card that I just talked about. Maybe, probably. It's asking them to chain, so they have something. Looking like no, it's not going to be the card that negates anything, otherwise I definitely would have used it just now. So Thunderbird gets to live and fight another day. Safe zone. I might end up actually having to use this, although if I can draw another ninja, I can also get the lockout. That would be nice too. I could also have put this to defense and seen if they would have put this to attack, but that would be a really risky kind of dumb move in my opinion. Sadly using their Rite of Spirit, so I'm gonna have to Fiendish Chain this. I really want my Thunderbird to live. And Gravekeepers, this is probably the best effect monster that they're using, so I'm just gonna go ahead and chain her, or Fiendish Chain it right now. I still have potential to get out of lock, which I would love to do. So I'm gonna hold off for that. There's still more ninjas I can draw into especially, so that would hopefully do it. And asking them to chain again, I wonder what this back row is. Maybe it's another Rite of Spirit or something. Also an MST wouldn't be too bad. I could use it at a perfect time and remove Necro Valley. And setting pretty heavy back row for Gravekeepers, so I am curious what these are. With this duality, it would be really nice to get a Strike Ninja, although it's being blocked by Necro Valley. Let's see. Gravekeeper Spy will do just as well. I can make the Key Beetle lock. That works too. And currently, they have no way to get over it. So even if they were to get over one of the Gravekeeper Spies, which they could possibly do that, although because they have a Necro Valley on the field, this is going to be powered up. That's kind of interesting. No, maybe it will be hard for them to get over. So I will be getting out the Key Beetle lock next turn, assuming all goes well. And then I'm not sure what Gravekeepers have that can actually get over that. Really? Okay, so they want to see what they want to see what my monster is. That's kind of funny. So they'll end up taking a little bit of damage from this, and then I'll get a Gravekeeper Spy out. Probably be like, what the hell? Who does such a thing? Running a Gravekeeper Spy in a non-Gravekeeper deck? Really? Going to attack into Thunderbird. Oh. Oh, that actually makes sense. They're going to summon something big, so I want to get rid of this right now. And then I'm going to end up summoning a Gravekeeper Spy of my own. Can I summon that in defense? Face up attack. Darn, that means... Okay, this card is mandatory if you have a spellcaster. So I will be forced to summon a Gravekeeper Spy. And that also lets them from not seeing, it keeps them from seeing my deck. If you activate a Magician's Circle and the person doesn't have a spellcaster in their deck, you're allowed to look through the entire thing to confirm that. And okay, I'm gonna end up having to use my Thunderbird to make a Key Beetle, but I don't care. Since really, I just need to make the lock, that's the most important thing. And very luckily, I didn't draw into one of the Gravekeeper spies to begin with, because that would have actually ruined me. I wouldn't have a way to get it out right now. And I still have a way to... I'm still waiting for the ninjas, because now that I have double super transformation, once I do, I'm going to be in a really good position. See, they didn't have any way to stop the summon, so I have my lock now. I'll take a tiny bit of damage from one attack, but I don't care about that. And this is their last chance. If they don't have something to chain, I will have my Key Beetle lock out, and there won't be much that they can do about it. Let's see, opponent, do you have anything? Nope, looks like they do not, so I'll be waiting until the last moment. Then when they attack or chain or use something, even an MST or something, which, okay, they're not going to MST, but when they do something, I'm just going to use Safe Zone. Definitely before the end phase, though, especially when they attack, because they're obviously going to. Start of the battle step. Yep, let's go ahead. And now there's nothing they can do about this. Even if they negate it, it won't destroy it, so I think it'll stay on the field. Again, it's asking them to chain something. They have something down that is continuously asking them to chain, and I'm really curious what it is. So at this point, they'll do a tiny bit of damage, like I said. I will shift Key Beetle to defense, and that will be that. I don't know what they can do after that. I'll wait to draw into another ninja or something, which will let me get rid of their strong visionary and then attack over the one that's currently being negated. It's only at 2500 because I have Necro Valley out. Ha, that's kind of funny. Gravekeepers, they special summon sometimes, and even though I'm going to hopefully be special summoning in the future, I'm going to go ahead and get out this lock just in case they were going to, yeah, just in case they do something dirty. So if need be, even though it's kind of detrimental to my own cards right now, I do have the Vanity Safe Zone full Key Beetle lock out, so I should be pretty safe from most things. And not going to be using Emptiness until I absolutely have to. Like I said, if I draw into a ninja, I absolutely want to get out my next White Dragon Ninja. I don't know why they're attacking. I guess they're not familiar with what Key Beetle lock does or how it works. Yep, neither can be destroyed, so you can't do anything by battle. Ooh, and Compulsory Evac Device. That is not a bad card to draw into at all. So I will be able to evac the Visionary if I so choose. And that'll be more or less a dead card for them, because all they're going to be able to do with it is Tribute Summon over this Visionary. And I'm waiting for them to get an MST or something. Nope, you can't target me. So they're going to have to evac one of their own monsters now. Oh, yeah, that's fine. So, yeah, they're putting this Visionary back into their hand, which is fine. I'm glad that they used it when they did, because when I summon the White Dragon Ninja, assuming that I actually get to summon it, I'm probably not going to have a safe zone on it, so I'm not going to be able to protect it from being targeted from stuff. So I'm glad they got that out of the way. And I spoke too soon. There's my other safe zone. Although I do need one of these to be off the field. Now, what they have for their monsters is going to be very limited. Gravekeeper Guard wouldn't help. Gravekeeper Spy wouldn't help. All it would serve to do is remove my back row, which at this point I don't even care. All I need are these two, really. Evac is chainable. I don't want this anymore. It's not doing anything. And, okay, getting an MST, I am definitely going to save this for a later day. At this point, they probably have at least one more Necro Valley in hand, or some way to get it back out. So, if I'm going to destroy this, I want to do it at a time where they won't be able to just instantly replace it. This is a point when I could use Emptiness, but I don't care what they summon. So, on top of me wanting them to thin their deck out, That's fine. Huh. I'm curious what they're gonna do with this. There's nothing good from the target. Yeah, that's fine that they targeted this. They clearly don't. They clearly don't realize how this lock works. You can't destroy either of these cards. I actually might get them to rage quit because they're like, oh, I can't get over this combo. That's broken. Oh, what do I do? So, even though they could and probably should wait for a deck out because our card counts are very close right now, they might rage quit instead. I mean, waiting 20 turns for a deck out, that is kind of, yeah, that's a long time to wait, so I won't be surprised if they quit on their own terms. Although at this point, it will definitely be a rage quit. Let's see, Gravekeepers, Disciple, Destroy by Battle, yeah. Okay, so this is the one that when it gets destroyed by battle, you get to special summon something like a Gravekeeper spot from your deck face down. Yeah, I'm obviously not going to be destroying it by battle. Although, I am really tempted right now to start running over their cards. Not Descendant though, I actually want them to use that. Let's see, I can MST something, evac this. That's looking like what it's gonna boil down to. They haven't summoned the other one yet, so first, let's see, I will destroy their Descendant. They're not going to use its effect on anything good, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it. None of their back row are going to help anyways. I got guard. Be destroyed. I have a spare MST right now, so I'm going to go ahead and just MST this. And that'll let me get rid of their Descendant. There's another Gaga shield. Okay, in that case, I'm not. Okay, not that I can use my other MST, but I'm just gonna let that happen. Although I can evac this if I really need to. So whatever. I'll be taking 1,000 from, or I'll probably be taking 1,000 when Visionary attacks. And if I can just get my opponent to use... Oh, you know what? I'm going to attack over Disciple. I want this to get destroyed now. I want them to use the effect because I don't mind waiting for a deck out. I by all means, I know that if I have a lockout and my opponent can't do anything about it, then I'll let them deck out. That's fine. That is one of my last win conditions, but it is a win condition. It does happen from time to time. Okay, so that's going to be my new plan, unless I can... Ah, they're going to tribute it. Let's see, so they're going to evac that. Question is, do I care about Visionary? They have another they could just summon, so I'm just going to bounce their Descendant back to their hand. Take that. Kind of negates the fact that they have a Gaga shield out. Yeah. Okay, just going to set another monster. Again, I want them to thin their deck by one more card. That'll put me in a winning position for a deck out. Yeah, no regrets so far. I'm wondering if I made all the right plays, especially using the MST when I did. I'm wondering if I should have saved it because I would like to use my Pot of Duplicity. That's one of my ways to... Oh, no, you know what? I still have a Daigusto. Okay, that could be good too. What I'll do is I'll summon Daigusto when I get a chance. I will MSC the Necro Valley, put stuff back to my deck, and then hopefully I'll be... Oh, not even going to attack. That is interesting. Okay, in this case, I'm going to attack their face down. There's so many cards that Gravekeepers have that thin the deck, so hopefully it's one of them. Beautiful, it's Disciple. Okay, it is an optional effect. They would be smart not to right now, but it looks like they are. Yep, they're going to. And I'm just going to be able to run this over, so... And they're down to 18 cards. And I'm also at 18, but because they're going to be drawing before I am, now I'm going to do exactly what I said. Change Key Beetle to defense. And sit tight. Not going to press skip. I'm actually going to wait. This is on purpose to make it look like I have something, but I'm choosing not to because I have a lock, even though this does absolutely nothing on the attack. And I would love to draw a Ninja because I'd actually be able to go on the offense. I could destroy this with Battle. It's not that strong. Oh, no, wait. It would gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would be at 3,900 defense, so... Or 2900 defense. Okay, so never mind. I'm not going to be able to get over that. No, 34 because of the Necro Valley. Okay, yeah, getting over this and this anytime soon. Probably not going to happen. Although I could... No, I use double Mirror Force. Yeah, this is probably going to end up having to be a deck out. That's kind of funny. Yep, not sure what a Gravekeeper deck possibly has to get over this. I just noticed they're not even running an extra deck, so I have absolutely nothing to worry about. Unless they're... I don't know, maybe they're like Merrick from the original Yu-Gi-Oh show, or the structure deck that uses Lava Golem. That would actually get over this. Even though I highly doubt there's a Gravekeeper running Lava Golem. That would be kind of hysterical. And I'm just... Yeah, I still have nothing I need to do. So Gravekeepers are dark, so this of course does absolutely nothing for me. I don't even need to Daigusto anymore. They're going to be out of cards before I am, so hey-oh. No, I didn't mean to set that. Oh shoot, I was going to use this as I was thinking in my head, I'm going to discard this, and then... Wow, whoops, shouldn't have done that. That was dumb. Now I only have one space left. Although I'm still going to draw a ninja sooner or later. No, actually I don't even want to use this now, because that would thin my deck one more card and I'd be back to a losing situation. Oh. No, that works too, so they'll probably use the sentence effect and try to pop this, in which case, thank you, I was going to discard it anyways. That, or they're going to continue to try to pop this even though they can't. It does nothing. So what are they going to choose? Okay, good. Choosing the right target, even though kind of a bad idea because I didn't even mean to set that, but they had no idea. And I'm wondering what I'm going to do next turn. If I mind discarding anything, I'll probably just set the MST because I'll be using it on Necro Valley if worse comes to worse. But let's see, I would like to get some kind of an XYZ out. So okay, I do still have double Thunderbird, so I will be using the MST to have a chain and then banish itself and come back next turn when I have a good way to make an XYZ. Let's see. Oh no, yeah, that's right, I haven't used Emptiness. Starting to lose focus. This has been an incredibly, well, not that long, but it's been a pretty long duel. Not sure why they flipped up Shaman, I guess just so they don't lose their Necro Valley. Again, yeah, that's all I'm gonna do is set the MST and just wait. I could be attacking over some of their monsters right now, but I don't want to, because I have taken a little bit of damage, and I don't want to put Key Beetle on attack, which will give them a damage outlet, so I'm not gonna do that. Heck, maybe I can summon the Thunderbird and they'll chain something for me instead of having to use the MST. Although at the moment, because of the Shaman, I can't get rid of the Necro Valley, so I'm going to have to pop one to their back row. I mean, I could always target it, but that would be kind of a wasteful move in my opinion. Just because there's other cards that I can be targeting. But we're getting down to pretty nitty gritty. I mean, 14 cards left in deck compared to my 15. We're going to be decking out sooner or later. Let's go over here, banish a target. That's fine. There's nothing in my graveyard that I'm relatively concerned about. Oh, not even going to use the effect. Okay, so they're just going to auto-pop my MST, whatever. Gonna go ahead and hit their back row. I would love to see what this is, but because I haven't used it yet, this is more dangerous. Red Spirit, huh. I wonder why they didn't chain that and just bring something back. Okay, now my opponent's getting desperate trying to think of how the heck they can get over this, but they're Gravekeepers. Unless they're using some sort of an original tech card, they can't get over it, so not sure what they're expecting. Oh, this is going to be such a long duel overall. I'm going to hit like 35 minutes with this. Pot of Duality, obviously not going to use that. And then end phase, what do I want to discard? Probably the Duality. No, I'll just discard the Super Transformation. Looking very unlikely that I'm going to be using it. because sooner or later I'm gonna draw into the other white dragon ninja. Do I already have one in the grave? Yeah, they discarded it. Yeah, I'm gonna draw into this more. Okay, not more than likely than the others, but I could draw into it before I draw into the other ninjas at this point. I have, I think, 2 left, and that's it. And my opponent is not really thinking. They just thin their deck even harder, which they shouldn't be doing. At this point, they should realize that it's looking like it's going to be a deck out, if anything at all. So they shouldn't be thinning their deck like they just did, especially for a Necro Valley. They have one on the field. I'm showing no signs of even attempting to get rid of it. I can't get over this. It has 4,000 defense. And now they're just making moves to make moves. If they had a rank 8, I would have used this, but because I have no extra deck, I don't need to. And let me see if there are any other... Let's see. I can make an Arc Knight and start taking their monsters. That would be amusing. But I would need to be able to make 2 of them for that to actually be useful. So... I kind of want to use Thunderbird, but I kind of don't. What do I want to discard? See, they're not getting over Vanity, so... Oh, you know, I'm just going to get rid of the safe zone. I don't need double at this point. I already have the lockout. But if need be, I can make it again. Although, I would like something that I can use that's not duality to banish this for a turn. Oh, you don't know. What am I thinking? No, that would not be a good idea at all, because I would summon it, I would banish it until my end phase, and okay, then what? So, okay, not going to be summoning this. Not going to be setting it either. Next turn, I'll probably just ditch the duality. It's not going to do me any good at this point in the game. Alright, I'm going to hold on to skip now, just so it doesn't ask me to chain that. Apparently, they want to attack with everything. They're probably getting kind of... irritated, bored, and even possibly angry at this point, so a little bit salty. I mean, they've clearly realized that they can't break the lock just by attacking it. Yeah, there we go, another duality, so I'm just going to ditch that, not even going to do anything else. Yep, just going to be waiting for that deck out to happen, which it's becoming pretty imminent at this point. Ah, so many more turns though. This video really is going to hit something like 35 minutes. That's too long. Duels should not last this long. Bottomless Trap Hole. Yeah, they'll eventually summon something else, since they're being really reckless with their cards, just summoning stuff to do it because they're kind of spazzing out at this point. So, just so I don't have to discard it, I might as well use it. They'll summon something. Oh, Bottomless. Yay. And let's see what else my opponent does, if anything at all. I'm sure they don't want to discard though, so they'll be summoning and setting stuff. And again, I don't think that Gravekeepers have anything out of the ordinary just under their belt that can get over this lock. They'd have to be using some sort of a creative tech card, but people just don't do that. Most people are not that creative with their decks. They think about an archetype. There's an archetype, it's probably archetype, so they use an archetype, then they can use a few unique tech cards, and then that's it. Otherwise it'll be totally cookie cutter. Finally drawing another ninja, although way too late at this stage in the game. I don't want its effect, I don't need its effect, so gonna discard the other duality. It's by far the most least useful card in my hand right now. This whole hand is probably unnecessary right now just because I had the lockout. What are they going to do? And I still haven't opted to use Emptiness yet though, because for all I know my opponent has more cards that they'll... Yeah, there we go. That's White Dragon Ninja, so I definitely don't need the Hanzo. Or I don't need the Super Transformation. I guess there could be some weird situation where I can just tribute summon this. I guess technically if I have this alive still, yeah, my opponent's getting salty. Which I understand. This deck it's a very maddening deck once it's lockout. There's nothing that most decks can do. Okay, using Spy, I'm definitely gonna let them do that and thin their deck more. They made a mistake though. They had more cards in their deck than I did by 1. So if they had just let me be, they could have... It's not gonna do anything. Do I really care though? Yeah, I'm gonna be a dick. Now I'm gonna activate Emptiness. Let's see if I can get them to rage quit because this is taking way too long. So now they'll send this to the grave. They won't be able to special summon. They won't be able to destroy. Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and book a moon. It doesn't that doesn't actually help. Really, gonna choose their spy. Okay. Thin their deck even more with Recruiter. This won't let them thin their deck anymore, but... Oh, really? I'm gonna bottomless this, otherwise they're just gonna destroy it anyways. Yeah, like I was saying, this deck, it makes people very salty, and I completely understand. But to the very least, this lock strategy is... It's like, it's the final strategy that I go for if I'm going to make someone deck out. Otherwise, I will continuously push per game as hard as I can and be offensive. I don't like winning like this. It's just, occasionally, I have to. And what the heck? I still haven't drawn Magical Planter. I wonder... Is it like the bottom card of my deck always? Yeah, all they have left is a Dark Hole, Magician's Circle, Visionary, and Solemn Warning, so that's game. They could quit at this point. I almost feel like telling them that you should just quit, you have nothing left. Dark Hole wouldn't help, their monsters won't help. And chain the MST, hit their other back row. Got shield, okay, there was no reason to chain that. Didn't actually help because even if it's face up in the field, it just gets destroyed anyways. I kind of want to tell them there's nothing left in your deck that can help you. Quit. Obviously they're gonna deck first, so they have no hope of recycling anything. Gravekeepers don't recycle, they spam and search. And I have nothing left to chain, so to the very least it's not gonna ask me to chain anything and make it take longer. I'm still expecting a rage quit. Although, no, I wouldn't call it a rage quit at this point because they've stayed so long. And they should know they have nothing left, so whatever. You can call it what you want if they do quit. Strike Ninja. Just gonna end my turn and discard Barrier Statue. Gravekeepers are dark, so this had no actual good moves anyways, but again, they made the mistake of thinning their deck, even though they had basically an impenetrable lock against their deck out, so decking out is something to expect. And then they also have no extra deck. In this day and age, there's absolutely no reason to not run an extra deck, just in case. No matter how crazy or weird your deck is, or no matter what it does, you might as well have some emergency cards in there, just in case you're forced to use something. Like, maybe you run into some kind of a troll deck. At least use cards that are anti-troll. So at this point, it doesn't even matter what I draw, it doesn't matter what I do. I'm probably just going to discard everything I draw. Because from what I saw, my opponent has absolutely nothing left. I mean, they have a Dark Hole, and that's not even going to help them. Ha, Fiendish Chain. That's actually not a bad card. I'm going to set it for... because I can. So, they'll use Descendants effect, and I'll just negate it, because I can. Go ahead, do it. Destroy my back row. I probably shouldn't even be playing cards at this point. It's just going to make the duel longer. But for the sake of, I'm going to. Yeah. Oh, that's right. They had Gravekeepers left to search, so let's see if they drew into it. This might be their last monster. Nope. They didn't have anything left to search. And I'm also not going to say GG. I don't usually, but I absolutely hate it when someone wins with a stupid strategy. Listen, oh, GG, and they're like, yeah, that was not a good game. Shut up. So I'm not going to rub it in. That's kind of what it feels like when someone says GG at that point. It feels like it's rubbing it in. They'll probably quit at this point, but I'm just going to end. There's my final Barrier Statue. Whew, winning with a deck out. If you enjoyed this duel, please comment, rate, subscribe, and stay brutal.